A 15-year-old Kentwood High School student was found dead on the school bus early in the morning, miles down the road from the high school here right behind me. I've now gone through 911 calls, the final death report, medical examiner's cause of death, and even the bus radio traffic, and have found extremely concerning patterns throughout this entire incident. Here's the story. Footage from onboard Kent Transportation cameras shows things start around 6:43 a.m. on February 7th when 15-year-old Oscar Lindsay boards bus 73, operated by 74-year-old Vinod Prasad on 132nd and Kent, headed towards Kentwood High School. By 6:45, Oscar appears to simply be resting on the bus like high schoolers do in the morning. Around 6:50 a.m., Oscar is still showing movement on the video. At 6:55, the bus arrives at Kentwood High School and begins unloading. Something disputed is whether or not a student tells the driver that there's someone sleeping on the bus. While the driver later states he was not told, the video shows a student talking to the driver and making a hand gesture towards Oscar's location. Instead of sweeping the bus fully before leaving, and while a lot of help is around, Prasad decides he will sweep the bus at a later location. This does appear to be within Kent Transportation's guidelines and that the driver can clear a bus at a secondary location. The bus enters Matson Middle School at 6:59, which is still quiet as classes don't begin for some time, and the driver begins clearing the bus and finds Oscar. At 7:02, he radios dispatch saying he has a kid asleep and doesn't seem to comprehend the seriousness of the issue.
I have a student in my bus from Kentwood. I dropped off everyone, and this kid is in the bus. I'm trying to wake him up, but he's not responding at all.
Prasad does not appear to be following CPR training. Kent Transportation says that they have provided him and is not checking for breathing or pulse. He also seems very confused.
Call 911 and give your location and tell them what's happening. How do I call?
Another driver who's listening to all this decides to head that way and help, while Prasad then calls 911. Had the sweep been done back at Kentwood, there would be dozens of staff and people who could help move Oscar and begin CPR.
They're getting out there as quickly as they can. We need to start CPR. Yes. Can you please move him and get him flat on his back on the ground?
Yes.
Now CPR is being performed correctly and a large response is en route. Once on, first responders take over, work the patient for a while before ultimately calling it. While the King County Sheriff's Office has found no criminal activity, the incident appears to show significant issues within bus operations. First, though Kent Transportation's website says all drivers are CPR certified, it appears Prasad, while experiencing an extremely stressful situation, can't perform CPR while dispatchers are trying to advise him. Second, waiting to clear the bus until another location added not only critical time, but also limits the amount of help available. With the driver being in his 70s, it may not have been practical for him to move Oscar's body as needed, and no one was around to help him do so. Lastly, it should be noted that during the autopsy, it was found Oscar had an unknown heart condition which caused the medical emergency. It will never be known if Oscar could have been revived, even if proper CPR was started immediately. However, the lack of proper protocols appears to have taken away any chance he may have had. I have posted all the radio traffic and 911 call on my Risky account. You can listen to it there.